Good evening. So, if you caught last night's stream, did some of the early parts of this game. I ended after talking to this fine gentleman here. Uh, Now, I went ahead and did some stat grinding just to try not to bore people with the stream. So, I went ahead and did a lot of climbing, a lot of throwing, worked on some magic just to make sure that things could get done and that it wasn't a grind fest on here. So, with no particular hurry to get anything done, we'll just kind of casually go through here and we'll see what happens. Because this is not a speed run by any means, and I'm not. I don't play it enough to remember exactly everything to do in the best orders or anything. So, uh, let's start by we'll try to get this ring out of this nest. You carefully bend down and reach into the nest. In the nest, you find a gold ring. You take the ring and move carefully back along the limb. Made it! Now back down the tree. And I think that's the only way you can get the ring where it doesn't destroy the nest. Every other way I know destroys the nest. And I don't think that matters, but hey, I'm a good guy, right? There is no answer. Okay, what time is it? The night is still young, so we got some time to kill before we can see her again. Okay, that's annoying too. Occasionally, I don't know why, it goes to the hand icon instead of the run. Not real sure why it does that. Did I just confuse it? What's going on? Oh, there we go. Far from the frost field fares forth this fighter. Hunger has hurled me hither from home. My name is known in the Northlands as Broggy. Barter with blades clash or bargain with me. Yeah, we're not ready to talk to him yet, so go somewhere else for now. Ooh, I wonder if I can take him. So this will be the first time that I've had combat on the stream so far. Now, you can click through it, but it's easier just to use the number pad. There's really not any reason to dodge because it almost never works. Now, normally, if you did that early in the game, it wouldn't be that easy, but since I've done some stat grinding and my strength is up and everything, that was quite a bit easier. Some of the cheetar's claws have been broken off or damaged, apparently in battle. You remove the remaining claws and put them away in your pack. So we'll be able to sell that back to the healer here in a little bit. There seems to be a fox north of the road. Help me, brave and kind hero. Oh, by the way, if you didn't catch the other one, yeah, my voice acting is terrible, but hey, it's fun, right? My foot is caught in this trap. If I had hands like you instead of paws, I could free myself. Please help me, brave and kind hero. Yeah, what's in it for me? No, I'm nice. I'm a nice guy. I'll go do it. You spring the trap. In exchange for your kindness, I will give you some advice and a bit of information. First of all, it seems to pay off to be polite, even to rude people. As for the amusing tidbit, Baba Yaga put an enchantment on the Baron's daughter some years back. To break the spell, you need to talk to the Dryad. Au revoir. Ta-ta for now. Be seeing you. You can't do much with that. So it doesn't tell you this unless you read the manual, but this screen here is apparently where you came into Spielberg, and then the rocks and stuff blocked your path afterwards. So you're here until the snows melt and all that. But yeah, a little bit of information for you. Now, okay, so this log right here, Uh, the hollow log looks somberly back with its single giant eye, and you know at once that nothing is to be gained by investigating this gaunt relic of a more vertical past. Like, there's nothing you can do with it. And it's weird because it has that little extra coloring from the animation that makes it seem like, hey, you should be able to do something with this. The roar of the waterfall fills your ears, and the cold spray dampens your face as you approach. You look for a good place to climb. That was almost too easy, just like climbing a ladder. You knock 3 times. A voice from inside says, "Just a minute, just a minute. Please move away from the door." Okay. Oh, hello. Go on in. Hello, how are you? Have we met before? I'm Henry the Hermit, that's me. Me father was an hermit and me mother was an hermit, so I's come by me job rightly. Don't have too many visitors. Hermits don't, you know. Part of the job description. I likes to see a new face, though. Good to hear another speaking besides myself. So's what can I do for you? I'm Henry. Henry the Eighth I is. Me father was an Henry, and me father... and his father was an Henry, and his father was an Henry, and his father was an Henry. It's another reference if you don't get it. And his father was an Henry, and his father was an Henry. And his father was an Henry, and his father was an Henry, and everyone was an hermit. Actually, let's see if I can sit down. An hermit is one what lives alone, far away from them what talks too much or asks too many questions. Hermits are shy, quiet types what don't say much. Me brother Harry hardly says a word in a year. Me sister Hortense hasn't spoken since we were 6. I never talks at all. Yes, we hermits knows how to keep a mouth shut. Well, it's dark and damp in the waters, and the waters roar so there's not a moment's quiet, and the ceiling drips and the walls are slimy and it's always cold. But oh well, says I, it's home. Me family lives pretty far from each other. We're all hermits, you know. This here is what's called the Flying Falls. I've done some flying falls around here myself. That porch gets slippery sometimes. I know some magic. Erasmus the wizard taught me some spells. He's what put the spell on me ladder so's the big uns don't get up. Them what climbs the rocks gets a door opening in their nose. He's me friend. Ian Fenris, powerful wizard he is. I use up to something to see up north. I didn't say that right. I don't make it out much, and he's pretty busy, so's I don't see him too often. But when we do get together, all you can be sure we have fun. He loves to play his games, he do. Fenris is Erasmus's familiar, or is that the other way around? Erasmus's favorite game is the Mage's Maze. I have to be a magic user to play it, though. Erasmus is awful good at it. I already said that. Nasty sorts they is. I sees them sneaking around the woods all the times. Other than the warlock, I has nothing to do with them. He's not so bad. Got a good sense of humor he has. I get the giggles just thinking of him. He's come by at times to chat. Borrowed the mirror, what I borrowed from Erasmus he did. A magic mirror of reflection it was. If you use it when a nasty spell was cast at you, it was what sent back at the one who cast it. Do unto others, I says. I could have sworn there was more to do here. If you ever be needing a place to stay in the night and you're up in the area, I could be willing to put you up for a night for some rations and a couple of games of cribbage. You are getting tired. Well, let's just get a little bit of rest. There we go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm missing something there. It's been a while. Because you're supposed to be able to get a spell from him. And I don't think that's just for magic users. The class magic users, because I also know magic and I've done it before. By golly, it's an Antwerp. Antwerps are on the endangered species list. They are rarely seen. The large gnarled oak seems to draw your attention. Something about the old oak tree makes you reluctant to climb upon it. This is one of the places you can sleep overnight if you feel so inclined. Oh, dadgummit. Okay, I'm skipping all that because I'm not going to try to talk like a fairy. Basically, they want you to dance. And it's a way to get fairy dust from them, but I have nothing to put it in right now. So I'll have to come back and do this again later. But don't ever step in that circle. When the fairies are around, they will not be happy. Yep, that's about how good a dancer I am in real life, too. Mumble overwork, underpaid, no control over my life. Yeah, that's talking to yourself. I meant to talk to them. There we go. You can just kind of imagine how fairies talk. I'm not even going to attempt it because it would be horrendous. I said, I'll have to come back to that later when I've got an empty glass vial to put fairy dust in. And I guess they're asleep. So, how am I on stats? Oh, they're not bad. That's kind of annoying too. When you do a magic attack, you have to sit there and reselect it every time instead of just popping off several right in a row. And goblins are really easy to kill. You find 9 silver coins and carefully place them in your pouch. So we'll do a little bit of a rest, and then there's nearby, there's a, I guess you can call it an arena where goblins spawn. Here we go. And the first time you fight here, it'll be 1 goblin, and then 2, and then 3. And then I think it maxes out at like 5 or 6. The goblin has a mean look in his eyes. You prepare for battle. Wow, you threw that dead goblin a long way. You find 5 silvers concealed in a pouch. You take the silvers. And this is a really good place to grind on your combat, your strength, and also just getting silver. The goblin has a mean look in its eyes. You prepare for battle. This poor slob was the big loser at the poker game. He didn't even have lunch money. Nerd. You find 4 silvers tucked in his tunic. He has no use for the silvers anymore, so go into your pocket they go. I've probably got enough stamina, right? Yeah, I should be fine. In this goblin's left shoe, you find 8 silvers. You look around and slip the silvers into your pocket. You find 5 silvers concealed in a pouch. Clutched in his hand are 4 silvers. You take the money. Go ahead and rest this time. Dodging and parrying in this game are really difficult because most of the time it doesn't work. Like you try to get the timing and it doesn't. Okay, well I say that and then it sits here and works. So honestly, I really tend not to even bother doing a dodge or anything. Poor slob at the poker game. He has 4. It's your lucky day. This was the big winner at last night's poker game. You take his 35 silvers. Okay, yeah, definitely got to rest this time. Still not great. I wonder if it'll let me do it again. Nope. We'll try it anyway. And really, you can just keep doing this as long as you want. I honestly don't know if there's a maximum amount of currency, but I don't think there is. It's more just about the weight. I'm carrying 53 pounds, and I can carry up to 73. Let's get rid of these. Ten food rations. Didn't realize I had bought that many. Okay, so I'll do one more. I don't want to talk to Baba Yaga yet because I think, if I remember right, there's some timed stuff once you talk to her. Oh, crap. I'm almost out of stamina. I need to go. It's a shame. I really would like to fight him. Oh, was that another one? Come at me, bro. You search your opponent. You remove as much of the troll's beard as you can and put it away in your pack. You find 36 silver coins and you carefully place them in your pouch. Okay, so my skills are getting up there. My vitality's almost maxed now. And remember, I did some pretty intensive skill grinding earlier, so that's why vitality and stuff's already so high. Oh, there we go. You hear squeaky muttering from beneath the ground. It seems the Meeps are having quite a discussion about you. Hiya, pleased to meet you. Still not as bad as Jar Jar Binks. We are happy Meeps, living in our happy holes. Don't worry, be happy. We use rocks for doors. They keep us dry and warm in our holes. We live in tunnels under the ground, you know. Hey, fur is good stuff. Keeps us warm. Mine's the best. It's like green, you know. Oh, you want some green fur? I think I have some somewhere. Gee, boss, I really don't know much about that at all. Hey, sorry. I found a scroll lying around in the woods one day. You want it? It's yours. I sure do. That thing? I found it lying around in the woods one day. You want it? It's yours. And we're done. You pick up the spell scroll. As the magical runes fade, you find you know how to use the... Man, I can't read right now. You find you know how to cast the detect magic spell. You pick up the green fur. Yeah, we'll go ahead and go through here. There we go. Get some fruit. And I've already got flowers. It's not going to let me pick any more. And I don't have the open spell yet, so I can't cast it on that rock. Oh, can I take this guy? Seems like I never really come across these guys when I've played. You search your opponent. What a waste. No treasure. I probably need to rest a little bit before I see him. Oh, lovely. It did the thing. So, I don't know why it does this, but occasionally it does. It does this discoloration thing, and it won't go away until you exit the game and restart it, so... I guess that's what I'm going to do, so hold please for 1 second. Okay. So 2 things. One, if you're in the chat, let me know. Was I muted this whole time? And secondly, in my great stroke of brilliance, I did not save before I exited the game and reloaded, so I'm back where I started, and that sucks so hard. I hate having to redo stuff. You get spoiled these days with autosave. You politely knock on the door. After a moment, you hear the inside bolt slide open. A voice from the inside says, "Come on in." "Well, what can I do for you this time?" she said in a hick accent, apparently. Thank you. I can always use flowers from Irana's piece in potion making. Here are your silvers. Apparently that little mess up lost me a viewer. That happens. Yeah, here we go. Oh, thank you for finding my ring. How I've missed this. Here are your 6 golds and 2 healing potions for your reward. You put the reward away and tell her that she is welcome, as you leave to avoid being kissed again. Okay, so now we've got some more gold. And just autosave is such a nice feature. But I still want to grind it out a little bit because you can still get quite a bit of silver from this. Grind, grind, grind. But again, it's actually worse in modern games because the grind can take hours or days versus this takes minutes. The goblins aren't usually that good at fighting. That's a little odd. And because it is night and all that goodness, I'm going to go ahead and head up to Arana's Peace and sleep the night away. You sleep comfortably among the fragrant flowers. You awake as the sun begins to rise. Okay, so the cool thing about that is it actually completely maxed out my health and stamina, which a night in the inn does not do. So let's head back and finish off the the goblins. You find 9 silver coins and place them in your pouch. What? Where was it? Oh, here it is. Kill it with fire. Okay, one more set, and then I think we're good to go from here. He did. Alright, so let's head into downtown and buy some stuff. Yeah, that's nice. I think it's strange how every time you walk into town, you have to look around and be like, yep, I'm here. Actually, I guess spells. I want spells first. $6 gold pieces and 221 silvers. More than I thought I had. So, you return to my shop. Ask of me what you will, but keep it to the point. I've already asked you everything. Let's just keep it business here. Let's get the fetch spell, the open spell, and I guess that's really all I can buy here. Nah, I don't want to get any of that. We've already talked to him before, but we'll just make this nice and business-like. Wait, do I have enough to buy that? Wait, it's 500? No, I don't, because golds are only worth 10 silvers. So, yeah. And unless you're a thief, you don't really need daggers for anything. There's one part where you could use a dagger, but if you're a magic user, you don't need it, so... Oh, we've already talked to her. Okay, I'm doing this because I already know that I'm going to need them. But the apples are for a specific purpose. How much am I carrying? 71 pounds out of 74. Let's get rid of these rocks. Don't need them. And I picked them up on accident. Oh, I think there's a little Easter egg over here. That'll be funny. Oh, I forgot about the fox. I already did that. Before I forgot to quit. Or save before I quit. Blah, blah, blah. There he goes. Okay. I guess you have to come here in the morning for the Easter egg to happen. What time of day is it? Midday. Okay. Yep, we heard that intro. Let's talk to him. Groggy I be, to boast of my boldness, strong as the storm that sends forth the snow. Fiercer in fighting than foes in their fury. Fear now this frost giant, fighter and flee. Far from the frost field fares forth this fighter. Hunger has hurled me hither from home. My name it is known in the Northlands as Broggy. Barter with blades clash, or bargain with me. Okay. Find me some fruit, for to mellow my mead horn. Gift I will give, of a gem that now glows. Jewel from Jotunheim, flare of the frost flame. Fetch to me fruit that will fill up my fists. It looks like it will take a lot to fill up those fists. High point of harvest, the finest of flavor. Apples or oranges, peaches or pears. Mead is the mother's milk, mighty yet mellow, that brings joy to giants and madness to men. Glow of the frost flame that fills up the night field, a jewel that is flawless, the finest of gems. Hollow my food house, for my hunt has been hindered by having to hurry here from my home. Fiercer than frost's bite, my fury is fearless, my axe it is edged as is the ice. This warrior is willing to wield now the war drum, the battle axe blazes and bellows for blood. Okay, so he wanted enough fruit to fill his hands. I've got 70. I think you only need 50, but I wanted to have extra just in case. Fruit you have found to fill all my stores. Thus filled the bargain, my gem you have bought. Broggy has bartered, and all has been answered. The mead it may mellow, and now I head home. Broggy strides off through the cave on his way back to his northern home. Okay, so it's funny, and I think it words it differently in the text parser edition, but he wants fruit enough to fill his hands. So we got that, we filled his hands, but then he talks about in the other version where that's going to fill his stores. And I'm like, how is filling your hands one time going to fill your stores? It doesn't make any sense, but it's okay. Oh, and he took all the apples apparently, so I don't know if it just takes all of them or if 70 was what you needed. Oh yeah, running on the ice is apparently not a very good idea. Yeah, so let's walk. Okay, just to be safe, I'm going to go ahead and save because I don't want that happening again. Stamina is real low. And I wish it would let you just rest as much as you wanted, but it reaches a point where it's like, nope, you're good. Am I ready to see Erasmus? We'll see. A sign appears. It reads, Willkommen auf Zauberberg. Another sign appears. It reads, Trespassers will be towed. Damn it, have I been muted again? I swear it does it on its own. You feel as though you have just scaled the Matterhorn in full armor. What a climb! You can see all of Spielberg Valley from here. After you finally catch your breath, you see that you have reached the rather eccentric-looking house that you saw from below. There is an ugly gargoyle above the entrance. Stand fast! He who would the wizard see first must answer questions 3. What is your name? Putentame, ask me again and I'll tell you the same. I am Inigo Montalban. I am okay. Elvis's ghost. Yeah. What is your quest? I want glory. I want to be a wizard. I want to be rich and handsome. To dream the impossible dream. I want to boldly go where no one has gone before. Well, let's go with glory. What is the thieves' password? I think it's actually this, but since I'm not a thief, I'm going to say I don't know. At least if you're a thief, you're ashamed enough to lie about it. Come on in. I don't know if I've ever actually got that question before. The wizard will see you now. Go directly to the tower. Do not dally. This room is full of odds, ends, and stuff. The wizard must be a real character. Your eyes are drawn to the eyes of the figure in the portrait. His intense stare is unnerving. Oops, I didn't mean to click that. There is a strange figure on the bookshelf. It looks like an overgrown rat wearing a wizard's hat. This would not be someone to trifle with, and he looks subtle and quick to anger. Erasmus likes to keep his suits well ironed. Now, he said the gargoyle told you to not dally, and I think that's probably good advice, because I think if you sit around here too long, I don't think you die, but at the very least, you get kicked out and to the outside of the mountain again. Come in and sit down. Fenris, our guest has arrived. Cheese, please. Since you are a practitioner of the magical arts, you might be interested in a little game I have. Do you know the spell Open? Yes, I do. Do you know the spell Fetch? Yes, I do. Great! Now can you cast Flame Dart? Yes. Good. Now all you have to know is the spell Trigger. I don't suppose you know that spell, do you? No. I believe I gave a learning scroll to the hermit. You'll have to talk to him about it. See, I thought I had before, or I tried to, but it wasn't an option. I am a wizard of some renown. Oh yeah, you have to wait until he puts his cup down, because manners, I guess. What am I? Some sort of object? Am I invisible or something that you talk about me behind my back in front of my face? Sheesh! No respect. It's hard to take anyone very seriously who wears such a ridiculous hat. Do you know what you get when a Tyrannosaurus running 25 miles per hour eastward meets another Tyrannosaurus running 15 miles per hour west? Nope. Tyrannosaurus Rex. I forgot about the jokes. Usually I'm in and out of here quick enough to not get them. If magic be the loot of life, play on. The quote was music, not magic, and it was food, not loot. How about magic makes the world go round? Money makes the world go round. Oh. Well, very well then. To put it in my own words, magic is the essence and the soul of life, and the wizard is her poet. Actually, it was Merlin who said it first, but he used the term magician, not wizard. Fenris, there are times when you would look better as a newt. Why is that? Because newts can't talk. Neither can most rats. Zara is a real flair for the theatric. Her entrance at the magic shop is a bit showy but effective. It's a pity she has no sense of humor. Just because she doesn't laugh at your jokes doesn't mean that she lacks a sense of humor. It just means that she has good taste. I love the interaction between the two. They're a good yin and yang. Baba Yaga is good at curses and shape-changing spells. She has a nasty temper and she doesn't believe in safe hex, so it's best to stay on her good side. You have to watch her. She cheats at cards. So do you. She started it first. Besides, I wanted to get a taste of her to get a taste of her own medicine. Shame she still beats you. The curse Baba Yaga placed upon Baron von Spielberg was a fine example of creative cursing. Upon von Spielberg and all his clan, this curse I now demand. What I will shall come in full measure, so shall you lose all that you treasure. Of course, the problem is that every curse there is an equal and opposite counter curse. A counter curse is a cure for a curse. It usually works against the one who cast the curse in the first place. The counter curse for the curse of the Baron goes, come a hero from the east, free the man from in the beast, bring the child from out the band, drive the curser from the land. So to break the curse, a hero must get rid of Baba Yaga. In addition to all the other things, it does not reflect well on Baba Yaga. Nothing reflects well upon that ogress. She has a face that would break anything but a magic mirror. There are many types of magic mirrors. One of the more common types is the one that has a strange face popping up every so often. Reminds me of the one in the master bedroom. That's not magical. No, but it does have a strange face peering from it whenever you are in the room. At any rate, I used to have a nice magic hand mirror. I misplaced around here somewhere. It could be used to reflect a spell back upon the caster. So if you happen upon a small golden magic mirror with a dragon handle on it, you'll know it's mine. It was the flagon with the dragon the mirror had a leer. Oh, that's right. Well, if you find a magic mirror with a face on it, you'll know it reflects spells. Never met her. I only built this vacation home here a century ago. Irana has a nice little magical meadow in her name northwest of here. Pretty respectable spellcaster, I imagine. The protection spell she cast over the town is fairly good, but I believe she missed a few places. You're just jealous because the only one named You're only just jealous because the only thing anyone named after you was a soft drink. I thought Erasmus's Razzle Dazzle Root Beer was a wonderful name for a product. It's a shame the company went broke afterwards. Irana's spell prevents the use of excessive violence or hostile magic within Spielberg's walls, with the exception of a couple of places. Looks to me as if she missed the back part of the alley, and the spell only applies to areas in town above the ground. Pretty shoddy, if you ask me. Nobody asked you. And okay. Basically, anyone who uses magic is a magic user. Anyone who casts spells is a spellcaster. However, to be a wizard, you need to have undergone initiation into the Wizards Institute of Technology in the land of Shapir. Magicians and sorcerers are wizards who specialize. I myself strive to master all the aspects of magic, unlike those narrow-minded specialists. You wouldn't want to lose all your amateur standing, after all. I prefer to think of myself as dilettante. Does that mean you taste pickles? You need to complete your quest here before you can become initiated as a wizard. Did you hear about the joke about the witch's broom? That's odd. It's sweeping the valley. Let's just brush that one aside, shall we? It's important for a magic user to know as many spells as possible. You never know just what might come in handy. Agreed. Oh my gosh. Okay. They're supposed to have a warlock working with them. From what I've seen, he's more a nincompoop than a necromancer. He laughs too much when he casts his spells. That's because his jokes are funnier than yours. The only thing I've seen the brigand warlock cast is sneezing powder. Isn't that the vampire who fell in love with throats? No, that's a necromancer. A necromancer is a magic user who has a rather unsavory relationship with corpses. Does that mean a necromancer has ghoul friends? It means a necromancer is someone who deals with the undead. Canasta with cadavers and spades with shades, eh? Just a little something to challenge the mind and magic. And magic with that I like to play with every now and then. Fenris isn't much of a challenge anymore. That's because I always win. I still think you're cheating somehow. Anyway, the game involves casting 4 spells. Flame Dart, Open, Fetch, and Trigger. And to make it worth your while, if you beat me, I'll teach you a new spell called Dazzle. We don't need to know about those. Now that's a spell with charm. Its true name is Erasmus's Razzle Dazzle, by the way. You can cast the spell and anyone looking directly at its coruscating light is blinded for a while and can't do anything. What's there to say? For I'm a rat. I'm a really great guy. Although for such a great guy, you're really a rat. Erasmus is my familiar. Isn't that the other way around? Familiar is my Erasmus? Well, I've always found Erasmus to be overly familiar. No, I mean, aren't you my familiar? Tisk tisk, all these years and you still don't know. Okay, there's no way to excuse yourself here, so just, I'm up. Not in my house, you don't. That sounds like he's mad, but there's really no other way to leave. Okay. Where are we stamina-wise? Needing a bit of a rest. Da, da, da. I hate how it always makes you walk right after a battle. Oh, you know what? I need another rest before I see him. I did that earlier too. Got distracted. Yeah, that's probably sufficient. Plus, I'll cast some magic at him while I can. Blow. Dun, 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 dun. A search of the dead ogre's body produces no treasure. However, the treasure chest he was carrying lies beside his body. The dead ogre's huge club is much too heavy for you to lift. The chest is locked. Now, I could bash it open, but let's do some magic. Your spell is too weak to open the ogre's chest. Oh, well, okay. Well, then let's try it again. I wonder if this is a matter of my skill being too low or just you can't do it on the chest. Although I think you have to as the magic user, so not sure. But it is increasing my magic, so we'll see. I like how I cast it and look away like, haha, look at what I did. Oh, there it goes. The dead ogre's chest contains 1 gold and 43 silver, which you take and put away. Okay, I think in the cave you're supposed to have something, maybe food-wise? I can't remember. Nope, not what I was looking for. There we go. I'm going to sleep the night away here. You know you will sleep comfortably and well in this quiet and protected corner of the woods. You awake as the sun begins to rise. The tree woman speaks. I am the dryad. She speaks. I am the dryad, keeper of the woods. Are you one with the woods? Then you shall aid me, and I shall aid you in your quest. Bring me a seed from the spore-spitting spirea of the north, that I may plant it elsewhere in order to preserve these rare and magical plants. Thus will you become a true friend of the forest. I detect that you have in your possession such a seed. Are you willing to give me the seed? Yeah, here you go. You drop the seed into the dryad's limbs. Now this will boldly grow where none has grown before. Heed now my words, friend of the forest, and heed them well. Friend, you must know that there is an evil in this valley which perverts the ways of nature. The prophecy says that a hero will bring a young human from out of the darkness. If you are the one to accomplish this task, there is a potion to break enchantments which the healer can make for you. You must gather these ingredients: flowers from Iranus peace, green fur, fairy dust, a magic acorn, and flying water. Farewell, friend, I must return to my concentration. May the forest forever surround you. You see an acorn fall slowly to the ground. I wonder why it had to fall slowly. You pick up the dryad's gift of a magic acorn. Boy. If you come there during the day, there's a white stag that meets you. But since I slept there first, it was kind of messed things up a little bit. You pick a handful of the smaller mushrooms and carefully put them away in your backpack. Oh, wow. Okay. Hi. Well, that was a lot easier than I expected. Oh, wait, I fought one earlier. That's right. So, you helped the Dryad. That's nice. She does keep the forest around here healthy. So that's how you make a dispel potion, is it? Thanks for letting me know. Okay, so need to go back up to Arana's Peace and grab some flowers. Fight whoever this is. Oh, hi again. What a waste. No treasure. And yet I still searched. Wait, was Arana's Peace up here? There we go. Let's get some more flowers for the Dispel Potion. As you pick a variety of the sweet-smelling flowers, they seem to glow in your hands. You put them safely away. And we'll cast the open spell here. Grab this. The scroll vanishes even as you read the magical runes upon it. You now have the knowledge to cast a calm spell, which I will never use. Oh, that's right, you have to walk out of here. I don't think I ever have used the calm spell in any of the games. You're not worth fighting. Oh, wait, you know what I have in the 5th game for a very specific reason? Get a bit of a nap in. Get some stamina. I'm gonna save just in case I pull some sort of stupid crap and like fall in the waterfall or something. Hello. Do the thing. Come on. Okay. Let's try this again, shall we? There we go. You fill an empty flask with the crystal clear water from the waterfall. That now should be... Wait a second. You drink the clear water from the flask, draining it completely. I think it's supposed to be labeled as flying water. Oh, maybe not. Let's see if we can get that spell from the hermit this time. You knock 3 times, blah, blah, blah. Crap. Oof. Nobody here, I guess. Yep. Sounds about right. Oh, and by the way, it's almost like it's too easy. Like there might be a ladder. Oh, that's right. I don't have his spell yet, so I can't do that. Oh, hello. Go on in. Hello, how are you? Have we met before? Yeah, you're Henry the Hermit, blah, blah, blah. See, I already went through all this, and I'm not sure why I didn't get the scroll last time. Oh, there we go. I guess I didn't see this dialogue option earlier. It's the spell what sets off other spells. Like when you wants to see the ladder. You cast the trigger spell and there you have it. Large as life. Of course, you got to have a spell on the invisible ladder to make it invisible first. But it has its uses. I think I have a scroll with the spell if you be knowing some magic, that is. If you be wanting to learn the spell, I'll be getting pleased to share it with you. It's just getting molding in me. It's just getting molding in me hiding place. Do you want it? Do you want it? Yes. Let's see, how does Erasmus do it? Oh yes. He summons it with a trigger. Here goes. There you has it. The scroll vanishes even as you read the magical runes upon it. You now have the knowledge to cast a trigger spell. Okay. What time of day is it? Midday. I wonder if I can stay with. Henry is wide awake, and that makes it impossible for you to sleep. Okay, so I can't sleep right now. And voila. I thought I knew the detect magic spell now. I don't see that on here. Well, what can I do for you this time? Flowers. Thank you. I can always use flowers from Arana's piece and potion making. Here are your silvers. Still need these things, yeah. Oh, I need fairy dust. I forgot about that. Ah. Why did that not give it to her? Let's see here. Give her mushrooms. These are very nice. I'll dry them and grind them into powder. Do you mean you tell me you actually managed to kill a cheetar? You're quite a hero, aren't you? Here's your money. You might think about purchasing a healing potion in case you have to fight such monsters again. Here is your money. Blah, blah. Got several of those. I was like, I only killed 2 of them. How many did I get? 8 gold pieces and 230 silver pieces. Not a bad day's work. Oh, the green fur I got before I screwed up the game last time. Oh, we gotta go look. See if the Easter egg works in the evening. Yep, it does. It's the dad from Dinosaurs. I think his name is Earl. I could be wrong. I don't remember. It looks like a dinosaur trudging grumpily to work. I'm a wreath old man, I'm Henry the youth I am. This must be the town graveyard. What a rundown place. It's certainly creepy here even during the daylight hours. Well, what can I do for you this time? Yeah, I'll need that at some point, might as well. And let's get a stamina potion. In fact, get a couple of them. Because I'll need an empty bottle here sometime at night so I can get the fairy dust again. If I can remember where this stupid thing... Oh, there we go. Sunset approaches. Don't guess I fought one of these guys yet. And nothing on him either. Okay, so let's see if we can rest now. Sunset is still approaching. And it messed up again. Yeah, there's nothing, as far as I can tell, there's no consistency for when it does it. It just randomly decides it's not going to work. Okay, the night is young. Maybe I can... Dance, monkey, dance. Okay, now, this time I'll actually do this right. You hold up out your hand. What else could you do? No peeking. I think it's cheating. I'll just give it some dust. You needed a bath anyway. You place the dust carefully away in an empty flask. Bye-bye. See ya. Okay, so I'm going to sleep the night away so that I can go talk to the healer in the morning. Don't do this. Don't you dare. Okay. Whew. The sleep heals and refreshes you. Of course it does. I've got rations, so I don't need to eat. Yeah, wow. Did I gain rations? Okay, whatever. Okay. I think that should be sufficient for me to go over here and talk to her. And let's see here. Give her the... Make sure it actually goes to her this time. The healer makes some sort of arcane gesture over the flask of water, then smiles. Flying water. How clever. Fairy dust green. Oh, I forgot the green fur. Oh well, I'll give her everything else. So you helped the dryad. That's nice. She does keep the forest around here healthy. So that's how you make a dispel potion, is it? Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Magic dust. So, you say this is one of the ingredients for the dispel potion? Well, I had better get started making it. She still needs green fur, which I will have to go back for later. Gonna save here just in case. As your eyes adjust from the sunlight to darkness, you examine the interior of the eerie cavern. You sense something moving off to your right. It's an angry bear. You have made this bear very happy. It would be wise to take advantage of his current mood. Okay, so I have no stealth, so I'll just have to kill this guy. This section of the cave has an eerie quality. You see a kobold resting on a ledge across from you. Hopefully I can do this. Uh-oh, you've woken the kobold. You go, you don't stay here. I think you can actually use the trigger spell, but then you don't get to loot his body if I remember right. You retrieve the dropped key. This part of the cavern is spacious and multi-leveled. Phosphorescent fungus illuminates the cavern with an unearthly glow. You don't see any treasure here. You pick up the kobold's mushrooms and put them in your pack. Okay, I know there's supposed to be some sort of chest over here. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's... Wow! The chest must have been booby-trapped. You can really feel the damage from the blast. Yep, I felt that alright. Jesus. You add 10 gold and 60 silver coins to your money pouch. The kobold's key disappears as you turn it in the lock. Whoa! You have the honor of meeting the Baronet Bernard von Spielberg. We are pleased that you broke our enchantment. Perhaps our father, the Baron, will reward you should you ever visit the castle. The arrogance of the Baronet astonishes you. Perchance the kobold magic user had a reason for changing him into a bear. And, you know, they make it a point of pointing out that he says we and us instead of just me or I. But it doesn't really explain why. Like, why would being a bear make you want to talk that way? But, I mean, I guess it is what it is. Come in, come in. You have been expected. Baron von Spielberg awaits you in the castle. The Baron von Spielberg and the Baronet await you in the Great Hall. Yeah, I apologize for the discoloration, but, you know, I didn't want to mess with it again this late. Words cannot express the gratitude I have towards you. Oop, something. My son, Baronet Bernard von Spielberg, also desires to acknowledge his indebtedness. Bernard? Well, that is, I am appreciative of your efforts on my behalf. Furthermore, I understand that you have rid our valley of a dangerous kobold magic user in order to free the Baronet von Spielberg. You risked your life to single-handedly defeat the foul spellcaster. You are a true hero, and I thank you. Bernard. I'm pleased you managed to kill the kobold. I sincerely hope you continue your valiant adventures in our land. If anyone can rid the land of brigands, it will be you. Someday in the near future, I can envision holding a ceremony in your honor and bestowing upon you the title Hero of Spielberg. Bernard. It would be nice if someone could finally defeat the brigands and claim the title. As you leave the castle tomorrow, you will receive the reward money I long ago posted for the safe return of my son, as a token of my thanks. You will, of course, be expected to dine with us and be our guest in the castle tonight. Do you have any questions? This castle has been in the family for 2 centuries now, as a gift from King Siegfried III. Some years back, I tried to force the ogress Baba Yaga to leave our valley, and she put a curse upon me that I should lose everything I held dear. When I lost my daughter and my son, I lost all interest in living. My land suffered because I suffered. Now, though, with the return of my son, I trust the prophecy is about to come true thanks to you. I have attempted everything in my power to get her to go away. I fear it will take some kind of magic to be able to counteract her magic. My beautiful little daughter was stolen away 10 years ago by Baba Yaga's magic. She has never been found, despite all of the searching that has been done for her. I thought she was lost forever, but you have renewed my hope that I will again have her beside me. Yorick was my court jester, a man of infinite jest. He went off to find my daughter, but alas, poor Yorick never returned. I know very little about magic, much to my sorrow. Perhaps you should talk to the wizards Zara in town or Erasmus on Zauberberg. The prophecy states, "Comes a hero from the east, free the man from in the beast, bring the child from out the band, drive the curser from the land." You entered here from the east, and you released my son from the form of a bear. I am certain you can fulfill the rest of it and remove the dreadful curse. I am Stefan von Spielberg, 12th Baron of Spielberg Castle. If I had more guards, I would wipe the brigands out myself now that I have my son at my side. It will take some time before the castle and land have recovered from my sorrow, so I think it will take a hero to destroy the brigands. I know they have some kind of fortress at the far south of the valley. I have heard rumors that they have set up an ambush for all that approach. It is also rumored that there is another way into their fortress, but I have no further knowledge about it. I have offered substantial rewards for the return of my son and my daughter, as well as for the leader and warlock of the brigands. There have always been brigands around, but until the leader and the warlock showed up a few years ago, they were not much of a problem. The leader seems to be a brilliant strategist who manages each raid with little loss. Once the leader is gone, I am sure the brigands can be easily defeated. As if this valley hasn't been plagued with enough evil magic users. From what I have heard, his magic isn't powerful, but it is used effectively. I rode off one morning with my men in search of monsters to fight. I got separated from my men, and I came across the entrance to the cave. As I entered, the kobold ordered me to get out. I informed it that I was Baronet Bernard von Spielberg, and heir to the lands and all within. I ordered it to bow before me. Then it cast a spell upon me, and I remember very little after that. I would prefer not to talk about that. I will soon lead the troops against the brigands and wipe them from this land. I am Baronet Bernard von Spielberg, heir to the lands and all within. You rehearse your reward acceptance speech. Okay, so I think, just in case, you can just kind of walk away. A servant is waiting outside to show you to your quarters. We will see you at supper later. After a wonderful meal with the Baron and his son, a peaceful night's sleep in a feathered down bed, and a filling breakfast in bed, you are ready to go adventuring once more. So, how much do I have? You have 68 gold pieces and 123 silver. So now I can actually buy that armor. Not that I need it, but hey, why not, right? But for now, we're going to save, and we're going to call this a night. Sorry we had to double back and do some of that stuff twice, but that happens, especially in these old games if you forget to save. So I will be back. I'm not sure when, possibly tomorrow night, but I'll make a post on social media to get that out. So I appreciate you coming by. If you haven't seen it, go watch the first video. You can also check out my YouTube channel, ThaxCast, and that's more. That channel is so far mostly informational stuff, whether it's about book reviews, retrospectives for games and movies, or historical stuff. So it's a little bit different than what you see here, but I would appreciate it if you go check it out. If you like what you're seeing here or at all interested, I would appreciate a follow so I can get my followers up on Twitch. And let me know how it goes. If you liked it or not, leave me some comments so I can come back to them. Thanks for coming by and have a good one.